we will draw a card. Oh, yeah. Rock and roll. Activate this ability. You, and you is 20. Sam Black. Hey everybody, Michael J. Flores. First video in, I don't know, a decade. I kind of invented doing YouTube videos for Magic the Gathering back in, I think, 2008. I used to record a lot of Magic the Gathering online, but I haven't made a video for this channel in a long time. If you subscribed 10 plus years ago, welcome back. Hopefully you like what we're doing on Magic the Gathering Arena. Today, I'm going to talk about this red-white, what's really white, splash red, mid-range control deck that Sam Black made. This is a direct response to a video that Sam put on his own YouTube channel the week before the regional championship in San Diego. I played Sam in San Diego, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But I was kind of intrigued by his deck, and I came back. I didn't have the deck list initially. Sam actually changed it. We'll talk about that in probably tomorrow. But I just found his video, and I just copied this deck list from his video, and the deck is outstanding. It is, bar none, the best grinding deck that you can play in Standard. What I mean by a grinding deck, like trading cards, coming from behind, chip-shotting the opponent, getting every last little bit of value. This deck is the best one. It is an outstanding deck in general, and it is absolutely fantastic at grinding. What's special and what's a bit different about this deck? So the shell, if you look at the shell here, it is obviously a white control deck, right? It's got 4 laydown arms. It's got 4 ossification for defense. It's got kind of chip shot card advantage stuff in the form of Spirited Companion, Ambitious Farmhand on turn 2. And then it has a mid-game engine around Sarah Paragon. It is a better Sarah Paragon deck than white control decks in general because it is red-white. Sam played this card, Cabaret Courtyard. This is a land that allows you to go search up a plains or also to search up a mountain. So there's 1 mountain in the deck. Only 1. You only ever need 1. But Cabaret Courtyard comes into play. You gain a life, and then it goes and searches up a mountain or a plains, or theoretically it could search up a forest, but there's no forest in this deck. Here's the thing. If you play Cabaret Courtyard out of the graveyard, and this is a land that puts itself into the graveyard when you play it on the front side, you play it from the back side with Sarah Paragon, you gain 3 life, not 1, because of Sarah Paragon's ability stacked onto Cabaret Courtyard's ability. What's special about this deck, what's different, it's just these 2 cards in the main deck. Fable the Mirror Breaker and Bitter Reunion. So Fable the Mirror Breaker is just the best grinding card in Standard. I played a red beatdown deck that becomes kind of a red mid-range or red aggro deck against white control in sideboarded games, and I loved my sideboarded matchup in testing prior to the regional championship, and a big part of that was against white decks. I would just play Fable, and if I played Fable, I'd always win. So white decks are maybe a little bit ahead of red in game 1, but here Sam is just main decking the way that I was going to go over the top of these white decks, and it just does a better job of it. One of the reasons is Fable dumps cards into the graveyard, so Fable chaining into Sarah Paragon is fueling your engine while helping you hit land drops. One of the other things that's powerful about this is that Fable is everything. It's all the different types of permanents you need. Fable the Mirror Breaker itself is an enchantment that makes a creature, and if that creature attacks, makes treasure, and the treasure is an artifact. So 1 card is both an enchantment and an artifact, at least in principle. That turns on Roadside Reliquary. Roadside Reliquary, obviously, drawing 2 cards is better than drawing 1 or 0 cards, but in this deck, you can rebuy Roadside Reliquary with Sarah Paragon, or in fact, with the Restoration of Iganjo. And so These things all really lace together nicely in a way that the straight white control decks can't. But the coup de grace is Bitter Reunion. There have been other sort of Boros control decks in Standard that use a variety of different ways to win or different variety of cards to, gain advantages. Sam's intuitive genius was to play Bitter Reunion. And this card is incredibly special. If you play it on turn 2, it just fixes your hand. There are matches where Lay Down Arms isn't very good, for example. Or there are times where you just keep a 2-land hand, you play Bitter Reunion, and it digs you into the land that you need. Meanwhile, you're dumping 2 and 3 casting cost permanent cards that you can get back later with Sarah Paragon. But that's not all. The fact that you can sacrifice Bitter Reunion to give creatures haste, it's in play, right? And then you can do that is just bonus. There are cards that are like Bitter Reunion that are basically like 2 mana, red and white, or red and 1, discard a card, draw 2 cards. We've seen cards like that, like Tormenting Voice, for example, have made the top 8 of a Pro Tour in the past. Bitter Reunion is just a Tormenting Voice that allows you to, later in the game, give creatures haste. Why does that matter? If it's in play already, at the turn that your Restoration of Iganjo or your Fable of the Mirrorbreaker flips over to the creature mode, you can immediately give that creature haste and they can attack or use their special ability that turn. A really big boom, which I'm sure we will see in the videos today, is to play Sanctuary Warden. You play this, it comes down with 2 shield counters on it. Somebody always takes the first shield counter off, right, to draw a card and make a citizen token. You can give it haste and then immediately attack, which is awesome, take the other counter off. Or you can combo that with Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, and then you have like kind of a never-ending stream of shield counters that the Fable is creating on tokened copies of the Sanctuary Warden. And if you put all these cards together, it's incredibly cool. The awesomest thing this deck can do, which I don't know if will happen in these videos, but Sam actually did to me when we played. I was winning. I had multiple Planeswalkers in play. Advantage bar, Michael J. Okay, it's awesome. I'm winning. I think I'm going to get to take this match. I took game 1. And Sam played a Sarah Paragon, played Bitter Reunion out of his graveyard, right? So, and then sacrificed Bitter Reunion, gave all his creatures haste, gained life because he had played the Bitter Reunion out of the graveyard, which is even cooler. Turned on creatures that had just come into play that turn, and then killed all my Planeswalkers. I'm like, what just happened? Will we pull that off in this game? Or this series of games? Who knows? It's a cool thing you can do. I really wanted to make you aware of this deck. It is one of the best decks in the format. I'm incredibly impressed by it. I've won multiple play-in points with it, and hopefully I win another one in this video, and you can see how cool Sam's deck is. We'll see you in just a sec. Alright, so I'm already pretty high ranked Mythic. I was Mythic top 100, I want to say, on the 3rd day this season. I just played best of 3. So today we're going to play best of 1 standard event, but I mostly played best of 3 to get my Mythic rating. And the weird thing is I actually never play ladder. I don't like ladder. I think ladder's kind of a grindy tax on your time. But I really like to play events, so I often play multiple events per day if I'm in the zone that I'm playing a lot of arena. So we're going to play an event today, standard event, and I'm going to select Sam's red-white deck. And here's the cool thing about events. You have to pay to play in them, right? Rather than, you can just play standard fun matches. You can just play ladder for no gems or no gold. But if you get 5 wins, you actually make your investment back plus some packs. If you get 7 wins, you make your investment back and more, and you get one of these play-in points. And you get 20 play-in points. You get to play in a special tournament that allows you to play in more tournaments that might put you on the Pro Tour. So hunting for play-in points is like one of the main things that I like to do just for bragging rights to myself on Magic the Gathering Arena. What do we got here? We go first. Awesome. This is a keepable hand. It's a soft to both beatdown and control, depending on how beatdowny or how control-y they are. But we can at least make plays on like turns 2, 3, and probably 4 and beyond, right? So what do we got here? A swamp, Probably black control. I like our chances if it's black control. Yes, I would like to take an action of obtaining basic planes. Thank you. So right now we're just probably look like white control to the opponent. What do we got here? Underdog. Respect. I'm going to play Sundown Pass and Fable the Mirrorbreaker. No attacks. If he attacks us, which he probably will, I'm not going to block. He's probably just going to kill this Goblin Shaman with a cut down or go for the throat, though. What do you got, opponent? Cool thing about this spot right now is even if he has a Graveyard Trespasser, which is just doomed to most people, just didn't do anything to us right now. No? No attack. I'm going to dump these Jet Mirror Gardens. So they come into play tapped. Let's see what's up. What is up? I'm just going to say go. Then we'll make a Wandering Emperor at the end of turn. If he attacks, we can Tinger his Tenacious Underdog. If he doesn't, I'm going to block. How do you feel about this? +1/+1, first strike. Do we get to damage? I've got the edge in this fight. Yes! Meanwhile, he's like flooded or something. We just gave him a draw engine. Right? Can never win. Second main phase. Maybe screwed, not flooded? What are we going to see here? Opponent tanking. Tanking. Lily. Enough with the mysteries. I mean, like, yeah, you have to make a sacrifice a creature, otherwise we can attack and kill Liliana. I'm gonna make a samurai to diversify our battlefield a little bit. And I'm going to see if Bitter Reunion draws us into land. I'm going to discard Lauren. This black control deck doesn't typically play a lot of artifacts and enchantments. Get rid of Lily. Cabaret Courtyard. Get a Plains. And I think we're in pretty good position. Opponent's best play is probably a Shieldred. They did not make their land drop last turn, though. So we have a pretty cool draw engine, Spirited Companion plus Reflection of Kiki-Jiki will draw us 3 cards per turn. Or 3 cards this turn, maybe 2 cards per turn subsequent turns. We got another Lauren anyway. Let's see. What do we do here? We start by making one of these. I'm just going to attack with this Samurai. See if the opponent blocks it. They do. Cool. I'm gonna end turn here. I think that if the opponent could kill the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, they would have, implying that we're not going to get caught on a Spirited Companion. So, we are going to draw so many cards. Goodbye to Phyrexian Obliterator. 3/5 open, so we can play Wedding Announcement, which we are going to do, and Bankbuster. Actually, if we do that, then we can't get another Spirited Companion draw. I'm just going to play Bankbuster. I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. and then attack with these 3 only. That leaves us the opportunity to copy Spirited Companion to potentially block an incoming Tenacious Underdog, and then also leave up mana for Reckoner Bankbuster activation. This best place probably Invoke Despair here, where we would lose the Wandering Emperor, but I think we'd still be a mile ahead. Let's see. So resolve, we will sacrifice a creature and an enchantment. That was a terrible Invoke Despair, because we had this combo in play already. Draw Bankbuster up. Do we have land in the graveyard? So, Sarah Paragon first. We can actually copy Sarah Paragon, which I think I will do. That allows us to both get a land, which is awesome. Oh, and then we were going to play Ambitious Farmhand, Crew. It was going to be a big attack also. So, what did we see there? Invoke Despair was completely blunted by Flipped Reflection of Kiki Jiki and Spirited Companion. So, good start to the event. When cards are stacked together on the battlefield, you can click on the quantity number to select all of them. Okay. And enter your match against Gluttonous Zombie. Alright, GZ, what do we got? We go first. This hand is keepable. So we're going to go first turn Mountain off of Cabaret Courtyard. That is a little bit bad with laydown arms, but presumably we'll get to 3 land. Restoration of Iganjo should be okay. Alright, we kind of need to draw a land here. That's a land. If he has Thalia, we can answer it if he doesn't have Thalia. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Jetmir's Garden for sure. Attack. The Forest and Rafine's Tower. Reckoner Bankbuster. What kind of nonsense is all of this? It's like 4-color control. Main phase Reckoner Bankbuster activation. Opponent can't be in a good way. Maybe we should have just used the Lauren against their semi-paralyzed utilization of Reckoner Bankbuster main phase, meaning that there's something wrong with their hand, right? Maybe they were shy on land, or maybe they needed to smooth their other resources. Basic, Leyline Binding. Because I am a genius, I'm going to get this. Go search up a land, play a land, attack for 1. I mean, we could totally be knocked behind with kind of a Wrath of God type effect, or kind of a go wide, make a bunch of 3/3s effect. But this type of deck doesn't typically have counterspells, despite having blue mana. So it's mostly green mana right now. We've got like Rafine's Tower for a blue and a black. Maybe he's trying to hard cast Atraxa. These are all Atraxa colors. Point removal Lauren. I would welcome that. Ossification. Is it going to be on Lauren? Alright, opponent has 6 cards in hand, which is kind of scary. There's a good chance we're just going to decline Restoration of Iganjo's Chapter 2 ability here. Oh, that's interesting. We will not decline it. Tanking. We get Bitter Reunion back, but that just puts us in the same situation where we want to keep all of our cards. I'm going to discard Bitter Reunion. I'm actually going to get back Cabaret Courtyard. It's like we want all of these cards. Warden up. So we can't attack him with a 3/4 version of Restoration of Aiganjo anyway, because he's going to have 4/4 defenders next turn. If he doesn't have a direct answer to Sanctuary Warden, we're going to have rock and roll. I'm going to attack with Spirited Companion. No, I'm not. You could just activate this Bank Buster. Opponent has 7 cards to our 5. Our battlefield is obviously better right now, but that could flip around. Like this Wrath of God type effect or you know, Go Wide effect are both well in their availabilities. Is that 2 bindings down? So Elspeth is probably going to be okay. Announcement, sure. I think next turn. Next turn, I think we're going to go like Fable Announcement. Doesn't have anything real scary right now. In play, rather. I mean, probably has insanely scary things in grip. We could play Elspeth and then just send somebody for damage with a flying counter. I think that's better than Wedding Announcement. So if we have 2 creatures with flying counters, then we can actually also get a draw trigger with Wedding Announcement next turn. Flying counter. It's weird that we're not like further ahead. We're ahead by 5 life. Would it be 7 life in a second? Man, I would have loved to lay down arms to that creature. We were not able to do that though. So 1 attacker at Elspeth. Draw up, sure. Six cards to 3. Do not like that. He drew. They drew. We don't know what Nasambi is, but they drew multiple Reckoner Bankbusters. We have not drawn any. Binding. That's going to go to Elspeth for sure, right? No fun. We're way closer to parity now. Alright, that's a very good draw. I'm gonna discard Courtyard. We do not have an artifact yet. Now we can attack with these 2. Crew Bankbuster. Probably, it's probably not worth losing. Attack with these 2. We could lose everything. Is 4 on 4. We get an artifact though, which lets us get back Roadside Reliquary, and then we can draw from Wedding Announcement. I think it's worth it actually. We're going to get a counter off of this. He also might be afraid that his mana is mostly tapped, that we don't just get a don't just get like a Wandering Emperor block on here. I'm mostly doing this to get a treasure token. So we got 2 tokens. I'm going to do this while we can. Get one of these. Get one of these. Draw from Wedding Announcement. That's pretty good. Just because we're going to have Roadside Reliquary available. Graveyard. Okay, things in the graveyard. Man, those Bank Busters worked hard for the opponent. On upkeep, I'm going to sacrifice this Roadside Reliquary. Draw 2 cards. We obviously have 3 enchantments and an artifact in play. The last turn's attack was literally just to get that artifact so that we would get bonus from Roadside Reliquary. I am glad I did that. Now I'm going to draw. Dump these stupid lands that I just drew. Okay. This is going to be tough. We're like just committing so much to the battlefield right now. Okay, he can't punish us at all, actually, for an attack because his Reckoner Bankbuster is tapped. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 available. That's enough. Respect for the bitter reunion. Gotta love it. You can trade. So 3 against 4, we're gonna get a Fable back. I'll do no attacks. I would have been very excited to do an attack using Reflection of Kiki-Jiki to set it up, but make disappear on Bitter Reunion was the play. Have we found a 3/4 Angel yet? No. Our graveyard is jacked. When a 3/4 Angel does eventually make its appearance, opponent will be in trouble. Oh, that's got to go on Reflection. It did not go on Reflection. It went on Wedding Announcement. Weird. This is worried about the Crusade aspect. 3-on-3. So, like, to be clear, he can always sweep us. I'm sure he has a sweeper effect, and we don't have a sweeper effect, but in theory, all right, there is a sweeper effect. He can knock us down to, like, 1/1/1 soldier. Respect. We're going to go Ossification on the Wandering Emperor, which is kind of a shame. A 3/4 Angel would be insanity right here. Fable the Mirror Breaker would flip into Reflection. We would buy back Bitter Reunion from Graveyard, activate it, and then get probably like an additional card from Graveyard. We're looking for 3/4 Angel. I think we drew all 4 Fables. Justice. Opponent looks like completely tapped out except for one treasure. Justice. Timeout used. Come on, opponent. I mean, their deck has like infinite sweet comeback cards. There's no reason to just like play like this. You're not doomed. You just swept us with Wandering Emperor. Or I'm sorry, Eternal Wanderer. I get so confused. It's like the same character. Lauren, do we not have Lauren in the graveyard? So that was a wicked make disappear. They have 38 cards in library. We have 32, so we're like nominally up by 6 cards. It does not feel like we're up by 6 cards because of that Eternal Wanderer. Ugh. Maybe they have like a bio break. Maybe Pizza Delivery Man came. Here's your pizza. Here we are waiting. What are we going to discard to Fable the Mirror Breaker? Probably nothing. Our hand is very robust. Actually, I'll discard Lay Down Arms. It's fine. All right. So first, we're gonna play Seraph Aragon. We're gonna play Bitter Reunion from the graveyard. We'll discard Wedding Announcement. Get a land. Activate this. Oh, we screwed up. We should have played land from the graveyard. Oh, that's terrible. We already played a land because we're a terrible person. All right. Three cards in hand against 4 cards in hand. That was very terrible. Now if they deal with our 3/4 Rebuy Angel, we're not nearly as far ahead as we were a second ago. They're like in a sweeper or no situation. If they have point removal, they need 2. Reflection is just going to beat it by itself. So this Fable will flip into a Reflection of Kiki Jiki next turn, which will allow us to like go off and make 7, 8, 9, 20 power about at the end of their turn. So it would be more than enough to win the game. The Eternal Wanderer would be terrible. He would leave us with just this. Then we would get this back, which would be sweet, but it's better to just not get swept. All right, 2-0. Yeah, I guess I had fun. Okay, 2-0. How does this go? 2-0 in the current event, battling for event supremacy. People say that there's no such thing as magic, but there's like this elixir that you can consume and it tastes delicious and it gives you energy. You tell me. War to Bone. We go first. Keepable hand. So we're going to play Jetmir's Garden on the first turn. Two reasons for this. We could play either Jetmir's Garden or Sundown Pass on the first turn. Both would come into play tapped. Sundown Pass, however, does not come into play tapped on turn 3, but perhaps more importantly, Jetmir's Garden is a Plains. And that's good with the lay down arms in our hand. What do you got, War to Bone? A Plains. A recruitment officer. I despise soldiers, by the way. It's my least favorite deck. Mono white, Valiant Veteran. No blocks. So, I think this is better because we can get rid of the Lauren in our hand. Like, I don't think Lauren has much text in this matchup other than being a 3/2 vigilance creature. Siege Veteran, okay. No blocks. So I'm going to discard Lauren for sure. And one of these announcements because I just want to draw land. Okay. I'm going to mess up your Siege Veteran. Mess up your Valiant Veteran. Play a land. And rumble with this. So we're going to get a treasure. So we have 2 mana available. It's going to help us play around Thalia if need be. And I'm also probably willing to send Goblin Shaman to its doom next turn in order to rebuy Wedding Announcement, depending on if we draw a land. Right, so Morel, the worst. Can we even beat Morel? Wedding Announcement. I think you attack with both of these, knowing this is probably going to die. Our saving grace is they don't have that many soldiers in play yet. Yep. What happened there? Did I just miscount my mana? Oh, that's humiliating. We did not have to lose that creature. Okay. Terrible. Morel's going to mess us up, obviously. Siege Veteran. Well, it looks like we're going to lose this game, and we made a mistake, so justice. But the two events were not connected. Just have no answer to Morel. That's not going to help us. Your opponent could just like is this better. This is no matter what we do is miserable here. Siege Veteran is just going to make morale bigger and bigger. I don't know, if we get a point removal to deal with morale, maybe we can stop the rest of this battlefield. Our graveyard does have some text. Oh, at this point in the game, we have to deal with both the recruitment officer and the fortified beachhead as well. Just drew probably the best soldier in the situation. There's like 15 power over here. All right, I'm gonna need to draw the Eternal Wanderer. We did not draw the Eternal Wanderer. Still did not draw the Eternal Wanderer. There's like 15 power and just doofuses over there. I don't know if we can even withstand just getting attacked. Oh, there's also fortified beachhead online. Yeah. Just lost to morale. We did make a mistake. We're just gonna lost to morale. Thalia. Who knows? Maybe they'll be charitable. 1, 2, 3, 4. One too many attacks by Morel. Maybe there was a block we could have gotten in earlier. I don't think there was. 2 and 1. Is that winnable? I mean, probably. I think we had to put our point removal against his veteran and veteran. Those are like the cards that mess you up. Morel's weird. Nobody plays it in real competitive Magic tournaments. They only played in best of one, but you know, we're the one who chose to play in a best of one event. Can't complain. Sundown Pass on the first turn. I guess we could have theoretically just played those on turns 3 and 4. Not much difference. I do want to just have more planes in play if possible. Obviously, we can tune our hand with Fable Mirror Breaker or Restoration of Iganj if we draw them. Twin Blade Geist. I am going to choose to block that with Ambitious Farmhand, and then rebuy Ambitious Farmhand with Sarah Paragon in 2 turns. Venerated Rot Priest. Yoshin Frontliner. Actually, yeah, we'll block that now. Not know what this deck is. Do we have any better play than Ossification? So, the Ocean Frontliner can potentially make Twin Blade Geist very powerful. I'm just going to take this one. So the plan here is to have 3/2/2 blockers and probably use Wandering Emperor to mess them up. Please don't lose, they're stuck on 2. This is going to be a 2/2 double strike. It's a 2/2 first strike. We can safely block here and here. Actually, just block here. And exile this guy. Take 2. Oh, they got poisoned. Terrible. Does that change our play? I think it should change our play. Banquo. And I'll attack with 0, guys. I'm not that worried about life total right now. His life total, rather. Their life total, Akari-Yu. I'm more worried about being able to defend against Duelist of Deep Faith. So 2 Rock Priests down. That's a good card. Paragon. Farmhand. Take action. I'm gonna pull. There's no like direct reason to play this turn. We could save for Bitter Reunion. We also have Restoration of Iganjo. I'm gonna play it. So it's going to be difficult for them to attack us here. Gavany. The card always messed me up in limited. I guess we just make it so they don't ever draw from day-night. That's our that's our strategy. Okay. We can play Bitter Reunion. Discard Restoration. Play Restoration. Get a land. With 3. And attack. This is just ward, right? Just attack with these 2. Let him have that block. I'm okay with ending turn there. So we have plenty of planes, so if they play like a, I don't know, Sigarda or something, we can lay down arms. Mondrak Glory Dominus. Okay. Gonna get double action off of Wedding Announcements. He's gonna get 2 2/2s at the end of turn. It's awesome for them. Goes out in the graveyard. I'm going to decline this. I'm going to kill Mondrak. That'll be put a +1/+1 counter on Ambitious Farmhand. Just attack with this. Will they be foolish enough to block? No. So, you know, Fable Land, Reckoner Bankbuster. Pretty good defense. So we can get a treasure off of this Reckoner Bankbuster and activate this Reckoner Bankbuster this turn if we want to. It'll be awesome. They're like highly incentivized to not cast any spells to flip their Gavony Dawn Guard. What is this? A toxic 3/4 for 4. Please win this match. All right, first things first. Draw a card here. Get a treasure. Draw a card here. Obviously, I'm going to be willing to trade a treasure for a card. Our turn. Discard up to 2 cards. We can discard Cabaret Courtyard and Bitter Reunion. And what did we draw? Interesting. Okay. I'm going to play Sarah Paragon from hand. Play Bitter Reunion from graveyard. Discard Cabaret Courtyard. Play Cabaret Courtyard. Gain 1,000 life. Figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life. Okay. We can... I don't think there's any reason to use the Bitter Reunion right now. We can just attack with 1 flying creature. We have... So we can Bitter Reunion or Fable to jazz our graveyard up again. Jawbone Duelist. It's a nice combination of cards and non-cards here. Can't really attack us. What do you got? We will draw a card. Oh yeah. Rock and roll. Activate this ability. You, and you is 20. Zamblack. How do you like that Bitter Reunion combo in the previous game? That's pretty good. So Bitter Reunion turned on Reflection of Kiki Jiki, which copied, our 5/5 double draw angel. And so we attacked for 20 from nowhere, like you do in a control deck. This hand is deceptively bad. All right, so it's not bad enough that you don't keep it. This hand is super soft to aggro. There's a Lay Down Arms, but no planes. Also, no Ambitious Farmhand. There's only a Spirited Companion. I think we have a very decent chance of having 3 mana on turn 3, but we could be totally behind against aggro. Okay, Farmhand up. That is a huge help, actually. So, depending on if they have a Rot Priest, Slaughter Singer. This is horrible. Heroes are in a lot of trouble here. If we had gone first, I would have liked our chances a heck of a lot more. We did not, however, go first. We're going to get our brains kicked in this turn. Huh. Like, they might even have Ossification here. We have to take this, I think. We're up to 1,000 poison already. 2 Slaughter Singers. I think our chances of winning this game are very, very slim. basically dead. That was very bad. Like, that single planes really, really hurt us. I think it was arguable that we... Okay, this draw was never going to beat their draw. I mean, we're just dead on board next turn if we don't have reaction. And let's see what happens here. Good game. Happens. Yikes, we're down to like 2-2. 3-2. So 2 wins, we'll make our money back, or we could just go on a heater. Alright, that was terrible bad. We go first. This hand is interesting. It could potentially beat anything, or almost anything. It could potentially also get stuck on 2. Really want to just rip untapped land here. Come on. That is close to ripping untapped land. It is not, however, ripping untapped land. We could be like a full card ahead of where we're going to be. Our best play is the opponent just stuck and has to use Reckoner Bank plus main phase. Restoration. Get land. You cut down in response to restoration. So presumably that means they have Graveyard Trespasser that they didn't cast last turn. It would have just been way better to cast Graveyard Trespasser than to make the play that they did. Transmigrant, sure. Cards I'm willing to just straight up block. Interesting quandary. I think I'd rather have a card at this point than just attacking for 4. What do I know? This is interesting. If we discard planes, I want to keep all of these spells. I'm going to get back Ambitious Farmhand, which is just better than planes. It also robs the opponent from being able to get it with Graveyard Trespasser this turn. We can play Wedding Announcement and leave up Bankbuster mana. We can block Transmigrant with a Wedding Announcement token. That's pretty good. Maybe I'm not respecting this Transmigrant enough. But this mana tells me that we're probably going to be playing against Atraxa. It was a little dicey. We kind of want... Oh, we don't have any red... We don't have any red cards, though. Maybe we should have discarded one of our removal cards and kept planes, and we would have been able to cast Sanctuary Warden this turn. Or maybe we're just going to draw land, which would be awesome. I'm just going to block here. Oh, actually, we have Wedding Announcement in play, so we can get an attack in, which would be awesome. Oh, this is an awesome deck. I think you make 2 devils here. I mean, it is happenstance that our hand is going to line up against this. He still has a Transmigrant, a ton of cards in hand, which is not great for us. We can kill 2 Obniks with him tapped out. I actually plan to make a video about this deck. It was one of my favorite decks to come out of the regional championship as well. I do not recall that it has a very good matchup against active Sanctuary Warden, though. This match is live. Yes. I don't know why he conceded. The battlefield. I guess it's too late to do the battlefield. Come on, this match. Let's make Sam look good. Sam's deck is awesome. I think that you probably remember from that absolutely insane sequence with the Bitter Reunion turning on, Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, how awesome this deck is. But this hand is not fast. Luckily, we're on the play. If we were on the draw, like their opponent was like Virtual Monastery Swiftspear, we would just be dead already. Blue. Delver. We need action. That's action. Negate. We might just be dead here. That's a powerful combination. I'm gonna play Restoration and assume that it's dead. Oh man. Oh man. Still has negate. Won the Delver lottery. Negate us this time. Alright. We are in trouble to a Spell Pierce. And we're also not in great shape if he just has a Fading Hope. Haughty Gen. Got ya. I should discard Elspeth. Take out Haughty Gen. Attack. Make a treasure. Auto pay. Put the opponent in a lot of trouble, right? So Mono Blue's horrible at dealing with these types of permanents. The downshot is Haughty Gen. Exile this Saga, cool. You were a hero. You were a hero, young Goblin Shaman. This is gonna be tight. They only have a 3-power Haughty Gen, and they probably need to dig for land. Radio silence on here. So I think they had to dig for land. They have like 5 cards in hand. Even if it's all counters, like Reflection plus Sanctuary Warden is incredibly good. They have to deal with one or both of those. Like if they're just like bounce Sanctuary Warden, attack Wandering Emperor, they are in insane trouble to just like an untapped land. They have to attack her. Untapped land. I have to have like another Fading Hope. They've drawn another Haughty Gen. Delver. This is an insanely bad attack. I don't think they understand what's going on here. Shield counter trades with Haughty Gen. We have like as many shield counters as we want. Probably just going to draw the concession here. Can't believe we came back from that early turn Delver of Secrets into a Haughty Gen. Just Sam Black, ladies and gentlemen. This deck is so good at coming from behind and grinding it out. So they need like 4 good. Is that all their Haughty Gens? 1, 2. That's all their Haughty Gens. All their Haughty Gens is not going to be enough. Sam Black. All right. We've made it to 5 wins. Awesome. Can't ask for more, but we're going to ask for 2 more wins. I have a mug. It's covered in Darth Vader and also has my name on it. Michael, that's me. An ex-teammate of mine bought it for me for Christmas like 3 years ago. I'm wearing a Chelsea Piers fitness hat. Opponent goes first. It's a mess. Since we already got our 5 wins and this video is going, you know, probably an hour plus already, I'm going to keep this hand. Maybe it will mature into something spectacular. But I'm legit okay with the 5. I'm gonna maybe go Bitter Reunion, discarding Bitter Reunion, maybe play Ambitious Farmhand. We already have our 3rd land drop set up. Blood Tithe Harvester. Could be a variety of different good decks. Huh. I did not play Ambitious Farmhand because that would give the opponent a clear line for killing it directly into Corpse Appraiser, which I'm not interested in right now. I have a spare Ossification, so I'm going to ting this guy. Battlefield. They have a blood token. To our bitter reunion. 5 cards to our 6. I do not hate our chances. Their best play next turn is Shieldred. So that's going to result in us taking 2. And then we're going to play probably Ossification on the Shieldred. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. They did not get their best play. Alright, I'll bite. I think I'd rather have a random card than a plains in this situation. Okay. What's troubling for us? If they have Invoke Despair, we're gonna just dump these 2. And life is gonna be okay. Obviously not. Oh shoot, we should have given up the ossification that was on the token. Terabad. Likelihood that they can deal with Sarah Paragon directly right now is pretty high, but you know, we just got a 2-for-1 out of it. But we should have dumped the other ossification. Like 1-for-1 removal here. It's pretty good. Another Fable. Alright, we are rolling in ossifications. It's good that we're rolling in ossifications, and at the same time, it's not like we're like capable of beating a Shielder or another Invoke Despair right now. So if they had another Invoke Despair, we could dump one of the ossifications that took care of a Fable token. Alright, discarded, make disappear in Darkslick Shores, Corpse Appraiser. Oh, man. Let's see how good they are. They take Spirited Companion, that's the correct one. So, some people might take Sarah Paragon, it's the more powerful card, but if we draw another Sarah Paragon, we could rebuy the 1/1, so that's the better card to take. I guess you can take them all. Okay, hunker down mode. Well, this battlefield is going to be trouble. 3 cards to 3. They're way ahead on battlefield though. Bank Buster. I'm going to draw now in case we draw a good removal spell. Discard Jetmare's Garden. Because we might draw Lay Down Arms, in which case we want to play it this turn. We drew Lay Down Arms. I might have been impulsive because we're going to have to deal with the Fable still, and like they haven't played a Shieldred yet. They have 36 cards in the library. They're heavily favored to have drawn a Shieldred already. Maybe we shouldn't have laid down arms there. Reckoner, Bankbuster. Transmigrant, don't care. This I care about. Draw up. One, two, three, four, 5. Kill Reflection. And untapped land would have been really good this turn. We still have a relatively high life total. That's pretty good. And we are going to take a hellacious turn next turn. Untapped land would have been bang-tacular, though. We're going to block with a farmhand. Maybe. Probably not, but who knows. How many lands do you need for this? 4. We have one non-basic land, so Transmogrant has no discount. Still waiting on a shield ring to appear, though. 4 cards to 2. I think we're like not that far behind on battlefield. Obviously 4 cards to 2. Sanctuary Warden's going to take care of that quickly, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a pretty high likelihood of being able to transform farmhand next turn. I'm going to block here. Getting that in our graveyard's good. We can rebuy it to kill their Bank Buster. Blood Tithe Harvester. Resolves. What is better? I think this guy's got to be better, because we can draw potentially into untapped land. It's also too big to kill with Blood Tithe Harvester this turn. Why would we get untapped land? Two planes left in our deck. 2, remember. 2 planes. No attack. I think we're in a very good position against specifically Invoke Despair. Oh, that's terrible. That card is insane against us because our cards are so good. Like, in the mid game, like, what if he just, like, gets the Eternal Wanderer? Banquo. So we have Lauren in the graveyard. So we can do Sarah Paragon into Lauren this turn if he has a good enchantment or artifact. He still has not played Shieldred. We have a decent life total. We have a Sanctuary Warden. Like, an attack is incredibly painful for him. Like, he sends Corpse Appraiser, right, to just try to get rid of the shield counter. We can just crew up Bank Buster, block, and draw a card, which is a disaster. So then we will Sarah Paragon the Bank Buster back. It's probably better than Sarah Paragon for Lauren at this stage. Corpse Appraiser. I'm sure he'll take Lauren. Lauren is the only choice, so that was a good supposition on my part. This is tense. I mean, he must have seen this play, right? Take 3. Maybe as Brotherhood's End. That would be pretty good. Brotherhood's End would be pretty good. That would also be a good reason to bait our Bankbuster into blocking. He's going to lose his creatures anyway. Fable. Outstanding, but non-lethal for us. It's like, we can withstand a few treasure tokens at this stage of the game. What is good? We have 5 open with a treasure. I think Reunion is a good play here. Discard Jetmir's Garden. Play another defensive Bankbuster. We can actually crew up and use that Bankbuster if need be. I think we have to start attacking. This is super tense. I kind of want him to play Invoke Despair so that we can get rid of one of these ossifications. Maybe it's foolhardy, but I'm going to take the counter off of the Sanctuary Warden. Largely because I have another Sanctuary Warden. I think he's going to double block here, yeah. And I'm going to kill the token. Obviously, we have a sweet rebuy on that. We are sandbagging Lay Down Arms for Shieldred. Straight kill there. I think this is worth it. Like, it's like not 100% clear, but if he had an abrade, he could abrade me anyway. Yeah, it's fine. We knew that was coming. We had an additional Sanctuary Warden. Is he out? He's out. Sweet. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with a treasure. I like 10. Six wins. I mean, Shieldred just never showed up, and that opening hand we kept was interesting. But as you can see, we ate and Invoked Despair, and it was like nothing. It's like nothing happened. And we also made a mistake, right? So if we had gotten rid of an ossification that had been on Fable the Mirrorbreaker, much better than the Bitter Reunion that we sacrificed. Okay, all the marbles right here. We go first. If our opponent is a do-nothing deck, this hand is sweet. If their opponent is an aggro deck, we're going to get buried. This Monastery Swiftspear needs to get better in a hurry. No help. No help for the 7th win. Fable's pretty good. The problem is we have no expectation that the Fable the Mirrorbreaker's Goblin Shaman token will live. Yeah, opponent on the scripted best possible draw. This is going to die, and then if this dies, we have no scripted play next turn. Presume this is going to die, and then we can filter, we can kind of loot into maybe something to defend ourselves. I would not mind a Lay Down Arms for Felden Ronim Excavator. I mean, do I have to do this? It's just going to lightning strike our face, right? So if he strikes our face, we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, put us to 8. I have to do this. It's going to strike our face. Yeah. Most obvious thing in the universe, of course. Discard a Sundown Pass. Actually, this deck doesn't really have creatures that we can't deal with the current number of planes. I think our best play is he just activates Mishra's Foundry here and attacks. We can make a dude, take 8, which would be terrible. Play with fire. Where do you get the extra mana from? I guess he just had it. Are we just dead anyway? So we go up to 12. Go to 4. All right, this is super dicey. If he has even if he doesn't have a land, he can play Bloodthirsty Adversary, just attacks us in Mishra's Foundry. Thundering Raiju, bad times. That'll put us to 3. Force block. Lifelink. Huh. If he activates Mishra's Foundry and puts 2, I think we're just dead. Right, so we do that to go to 4, and we chump block whatever the biggest thing is, but I think we're just dead. Yeah. Six in, we're at 2. You deserve a good game. All right. As we predicted, our opening hand was not good against aggro on the... I think we were on the draw. What could we have done differently? I knew that Lightning Strike was coming to our jaw. If we didn't make that block, he was just going to kill our Fable anyway, and we were just taking 4 from the Monasteries with Spears on attack no matter what. I don't think we did anything too goofball in that game. And regardless, 6 wins with Sam's deck. Awesome. Really happy with 6 wins. What did we get in our packs? Karumonix, the Rat King. I think that's the first one I owned. I've never seen that card before in my life. And another Karumonix, the Rat King. So, what does this card do? 3/3 for 3. I mean, back in the day, I would just play 3/3 for 3 and win a PTQ with it. Toxic 1, other rats you control of Toxic 1. When Karumonix enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of rat cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of it. So this is like a card drawing Rat King. Awesome. What else is awesome is, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to put a bumper at the beginning that said Cool Stuff Inc. on it. I've been writing for Cool Stuff Inc. for 6 years or something at this point. There's a promo code I think I put on this is Flores if you want to get 5% off of an order from Cool Stuff Inc. You should do that. They have been supporting me as a writer for the last several years. And now, I guess a little bit at least, as a video creator. So I hope you like this video. We're going to make more. Hopefully it'll get better. And this one was good if you liked it. So if this wasn't good, then leave a like, comment, say thanks for coming back, and they will get better. Like, I don't know how to use the modern technology yet, so I'm learning as I go along. Have a great day.